In your town, what do fire alarms sound like? Because we all live with so many sound signals every day, we've become immune to them. Office sounds, home sounds, travel to work signals, and traffic noises. Some people don't even respond to fire alarm signals. In a recent high-rise apartment building fire where 6 people perished, those who survived said they mistook the fire alarm signal for an alarm clock buzzer. People either don't know what a fire alarm should sound like, or they think it's another false alarm. Not really knowing or believing has cost thousands of lives and disabling injuries. Yes, it is an alarming problem. But the problem is not new. Back in 1927, the first edition of the Building Exits Code stated it this way:
"The manner of sounding alarms should be standardized with a view to obtaining uniformity throughout as large a geographical area as practicable, so persons moving from one locality to another will not be misled nor confused by differences in the manner of sounding alarms."
In 1973, Dan Quinnen, State Fire Marshal of Nevada, had this to say:
"If we had a distinct sound that meant to this person, this is a fire emergency, and this sound was transmitted over speakers, regardless of whether he would be in New York State or in Chicago or in Las Vegas or San Francisco, this one sound, a national recognized sound for fire emergency, I believe would indicate to everybody, no matter where they are, what they're doing, that this means there's a problem and I am going to react to this problem. I'm going to see that I get myself and my family to safety."
A fire alarm must sound like a fire alarm. The same standard sound in Sheboygan as in Chicago. The same in Portland, Maine as in Portland, Oregon. Such a national standard fire alarm signal must be distinctive. It must be meaningful. It must incorporate the optimum pitch, tone, and modulation. It must be economically practical. And more than one company must be able to manufacture equipment which can accurately reproduce this standard signal sound. Autocall Division of Federal Sign and Signal Corporation has taken the lead in urging national adoption of such a standard. After considering hundreds of different sounds and their abilities to meet the criteria, one signal clearly stands out as the logical national standard. Autocall has elected to call it the slow whoop. Now let's hear how a conventional fire alarm horn sounds amidst the 85 decibel noise and clatter of an average busy machine shop. Somewhat difficult to recognize, wasn't it? Here's how a fire alarm bell sounds in that same machine shop. At the same decibel rating, here's how the slow whoop sounds in that same machine shop. In a school, nursing home, hospital, hotel, or apartment building, environments with normally low ambient noise levels, here's how a typical fire alarm sounds. Under those same conditions, here's how the slow whoop sounds. The slow whoop sound is distinctive. It can be easily distinguished amidst noisy ambient atmospheres in a machine shop or in more quiet environments, and does provide audibility by virtue of its distinctiveness rather than its loudness alone. The slow whoop tone you have heard on this recording was generated electronically. The same tone may be duplicated by using two other simple, low-cost methods, electromechanically and pneumatically. In the interest of national life safety, Autocall Division of Federal Sign and Signal Corporation is reserving and limiting the use of slow whoops solely for fire alarm, and we encourage all other manufacturers to do the same. The slow whoop has been tested in every conceivable ambient atmosphere. We believe the slow whoop meets or exceeds all criteria. At Autocall, we call it the slow whoop. You may call it what you will, but let's all call it the fire alarm alerting signal and adopt it as our national standard. Thank you for whatever influential support you may exert toward achieving this national life safety goal.